right.
Yeah, keep your language clean now.
Right. Best behaviour now.
Hmm.
Well, Joyce sent me in one of her specials.
That's lovely.
Mm.
Amazing, isn't it? I like the top bit.
Mm.
Yeah,
I can't see it. Why can't I see it?
Oh, don't know.
I've just got you in the picture, Dave.
He's not listening. Can you
I
hear?
am.
Oh.
Oh, you are. He's all sat there
He's just
quiet.
ignoring me.
I'm not.
But I've got my blue things going round and round on the side, so I don't know what that's. But I had a bit of trouble getting in this morning. It was slow.
Probably
Oh, I think the broadband is awful lately, isn't it? It's not.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing.
No, the reason is your video stopped. You're not connected to video now. I've stopped it. Now I'm going to ask you to start it. Oh, maybe not. What's going on here?
But my blue thing's still going round. I haven't got a little arrow now. It's just going round and round like it's trying to connect.
Just nip out and come back in, Pauline.
Okay.
See if it resets itself.
I can't come out. I've got to come out of the computer. I can't leave the. I can only. I'll come right out. It says, "Oh, it's got not responding. Zoom meeting not responding." I'll come right out and I'll come back in again.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Okay. Bye for now.
It's not working. It's not working.
Won't let her out.
I'm trying to come.
Oh, she's gone.
We're all patiently waiting.
Mm. That's nice, isn't it? Nice picture.
Yes. She's definitely got her own style. Yes, I'm as
Oh,
capable.
I know. I wish I could do that. Wow, I don't know how she does it, really.
It's just so simplistic, but it's brilliant.
Yeah.
She's a clever girl, isn't she?
Yeah.
She did that one.
I love the one she did last week. For this week.
What's that? The car.
The river one's good, yeah.
Excuse
me, sorry.
Worried about Pauline there. I might. Do an invite. Two secs. Send that. Oh, I just sent Pauline a video, an invite, just in case something went a bit awry. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, Joyce did a couple. And she did the one from last week.
Oh, wow, that's good.
That is just so Joyce, isn't it?
I wouldn't have thought of that, would you?
No,
Very clever.
Totally different.
Even the flag.
What is the flag? Is that a
Canadian flag?
Is it the Canadian?
Yeah, because it's Hudson River.
Oh, is that what it was? I didn't know what river it was.
I thought it's quite good, that.
Yeah,
Because it's the border, isn't it, between America and Hudson River's Canada, New York, and all up around that way.
Well, yeah, but I thought it. Yeah, I was going to say it goes through New York, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't know much about those sort of things.
Yeah, but no, very clever.
Yeah,
I like that one. That's
yeah,
really
it's good.
Yeah.
Like you say, she's a star.
She's got a very good imagination.
Yeah, she just takes it in a different place, doesn't she?
Mhm.
I can't.
Well, amidst everything else going on, I'm afraid I didn't get one done this week.
We were partying, that's why.
Well, yes.
Pauline says computer really slow. Carry on.
Oh,
She'll carry on trying, or go and put the kettle on for something like that.
okay, thanks. Yeah, that's a shame.
This week's one's a bit of a. I thought it was quite fun, really, because it's like a repeat. Remember the car?
Yeah.
I thought the only reason I spotted it, I thought, well, that's a bit like the car.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that looks very interesting.
It seems.
No green.
Oh, I did put that. There's a hint of it on the bank and that, but
That's
on the,
that's different. That's seaweed. That's fine.
yeah.
Is
Okay,
that a
but
big
that-
bank of cloud coming over, is it? Or what is it?
I just think it's
Looks a bit fog, like
just
mist,
the way the
doesn't it?
photo was taken.
Oh,
Yeah.
so we can ignore that then.
I'm gonna. I didn't even notice it until you mentioned it.
Oh, sorry.
It wasn't in my psyche.
Oh. No, we'll just do a few gentle clouds, that'll do.
Absolutely.
Where is it, Dave? Do you know?
Pardon?
Where is it?
Can't remember. I remember the name of the boat. It's Vita Nostra, something like that. I don't. I'll find out. It isn't. Got a funny feeling it's UK.
I'll Google it. What is it? What is the name of it?
Hang on, I've
What are you
stopped
doing?
share a sec. It's called. Where are we? Oh, that's funny. Said I was log. There we go. No, that's not it.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I was just curious.
No, yeah, so was I. I thought I had it up on the.
That's right. Oh, look.
No, it's from the Facebook group, guy called Malcolm Osman. So they don't very often put where it is on there. They just take the nice, lovely photos and whack it up there as reference for people
Oh,
like
yeah.
us. To paint.
Vita Nova.
Distant.
Vita Nova. It says.
Vita Nova, yeah.
Yeah.
Malcolm Osman on the Facebook reference page group. Anyway, we'll probably spend an hour or so mucking it up now, shall I?
Magaluf.
That's in Turkey, isn't it?
No, Spain. Palma.
Close.
No, I'm sorry. No, that's Vista Nova. Vita Nova.
Well, it's been.
Vita Nova.
Well, you find that out when I'll get a brush going.
Yeah, I'm just going through it now. Viagra.
Viagra Nova.
Not Viagra.
Keep you up all night, that will. Oh, I can't believe I said that. Dear, oh dear. Oh well,
And
it's
you're
not.
recording it.
Well, it's not for kids.
Historical Society of Pennsylvania.
Oh,
So
It's going to be a. If it's a wreck now, it'll be a wreck by the time I finished with it. Oh, ye of little faith. So what do you reckon, Carol? Just a plain old blue sky then?
Yeah, go something easy.
Well,
Mine, that can go wrong as well.
I thought last week's was supposed to be easy, but I made a good job of complicating that quite well.
Oh, well, I've done mine, but I think I've got it all out of proportion, so I haven't had time to send it.
Especially now the weather's brighter. You need to
Mm.
enjoy a bit of outdoors. Even I've got the chairs out the back around the table with the covers on now.
All right.
I said to Mel just now, I said, I've put the chairs up at the back if you want to get some vitamin D in you. I was up early this morning because I started taking the dog over on the big field in Christchurch where they do the car boot for the it's the Stampet Marsh effectively. So I decided that he needs to tire himself out a bit more, bit of running,
Mm.
and I can get up. I can take him. It's a huge field, isn't it? So I can take him up there and let him off. This way, he don't hang about. When I open the door to let him out, you know, say, "Come on, we'll go out for a run." He's straight down the stairs.
Oh, I know.
No reticence. I've got this Horizon blue, so I'm just going to stick with that. I don't know what it is. They did the car boot sale over there on Sunday, so obviously I couldn't take the dog. That's all I know. But I might buy a painting table, and go and do it. So if I can get rid of some of my junk.
Mm.
Is that Pauline? Hang on. No, I missed that message then. I've lost my brush now. Oh. It's not just your, I guess, your body that starts to ache. It's your eyesight goes, isn't it? Oh, don't it?
Oh dear.
Keep putting things down. I'll stare at the computer screen in the folders, you know, in your Explorer folders for ages, looking for a folder that I know is in this group of folders, and I just don't notice it. Weird blindness. I don't know why. I just like this blue. If you look at the image, there is a little bit of I don't think I've got any coal. I don't want to spoil it too much. I don't want to spoil it at all, really. But a little bit of cobalt blue, which is not what that is. In the sky as well, I notice. You can drop a bit of that in, especially at the top. As to say, with this horizon blue is so, seems to go anywhere. Does when I'm painting. I've got a nice wet piece of paper. Just go with the flow. But I'm using the side of the paper to mix it in anyway. That's just for later, so that I can stick my hand in it. Did it last week. I was downstairs making a sandwich after we finished for lunch. When I looked at my fingers, they were covered. It was all just blue. It was predominantly blue last week. I don't know why. I'm just having a fiddle here. I'm using the back of the another picture. I think it's Two Rivers Meet paper. I think I'm one of the little hint of grey in the palette down here. I'm just going to drop that in somewhere. Bit of drama. Hopefully it'll dry off. You have to watch it with that because you almost need just dirty water. Such a weak touch of colour. Yeah. There we go. I want to leave that there because I want it to. Don't want to spoil the little buildings. Cool. We're having an early lunch today. I can smell it. I think I'll I haven't even looked at the picture yet. Hang on. There's definitely some water around. So I'll put a line of grey there. Well, I have put a pencil line where the sky meets the sea. Block it in. Quite handy this because it's run out of colour, which is I don't need a lot. I just want a hint of it, don't I? Don't need strong colour along there. I think I'll put some just about here. It's the beach, isn't it, sort of thing. But, I've run out of horizon, but I've still got a little bit of cobalt turquoise floating around. The cost of that whole being horizon blue. I don't open the tube very often. I just sort of. But looking at the bolt, the bolt, I've got bolts on the brain because the front gate at the front all rotted away, didn't it? But I used these bolt things to anchor, concrete bolt anchors to anchor the gate posts into the concrete. And I've just spent all my energy yesterday, what little I had, trying to get one post out. Hence the Freudian slip for bolt. I think I'm just going to dab it in. Do maybe. Just say I'm not mucking about with ceremony. Burnt sienna in this palette. I haven't cleaned up the palette from last week. Clean water. Burnt sienna. Should do it, shouldn't it? Put a dollop of that here and there. Just imagine on, where is it? Malaga?
No, that was Vista, not Vita.
We haven't found fire.
Pennsylvania seems to be most of the reference to it.
That's cool.
How Pauline lit back there.
That was just burnt sienna on there. Clean water with burnt sienna. And I'm just going to add some burnt sienna to the top bit, I think. As I get the right paint. I just put some pencil lines going down where I thought there were some sort of strutty things, weren't there? Drop a bit in with the blue and it should go off that manky colour. That's a technical, can't get that from Dale Rowney. Could I have a tube of manky colour, please? Oh, yes, would you like a large tube or a small one? What size? 50, oops, go back. 15 mil should do. Just block it in for now. Clean water. And very light splash of paint for now. What I am tempted to do, just to get it out of my focus, so it's done and dusted. Bit of yellow, some of the rose madder red. Mix your own red. Sit down on the. Just gonna. There's bits of paper flying everywhere. Sit down, and I'm just going to paint that thing. That was when I was drawing it off. By luck that I spotted that I think it's that it is the funnel. Some description, albeit a rusty one. That's a little bit extra yellow, might help. I'll put the yellow on the brush. Just going to get some dry brush work along here. Mix up some shadow, removal. I haven't got any preconceived thoughts about it, but I'm just going to put a sand colour, float it around as a base. Let's see if we can prove that a painting shouldn't take that long to do. What's that? All right, I'm thinking out loud here. What I need. Oh, yeah. Hang on. I think I'm getting messages from Pauline. Yeah. Okay. That's right. Just like it says now, I've removed Pauline from the meeting. I don't know. I'm just trying to think how I can get. Let's see how that works. Technical. Let's pause the video for a minute. Fingers crossed. Well, I wanted me painting to dry a bit anyway.
Oh, back. You're back. You're back.
We're back on track. What I was going to, my next plan of action was, I've got so few brushes, yet I always seem to lose the one that I want. My next plan was to use a bit of this shadowy tone and block in these buildings, look for roofs. Everything's in sort of a haze, isn't it? In the back. What is it? A bit of life into the back. Funnel, yeah, funnel red. I don't put a bit of light on it, it's going to look daft. I made up a roof there, I wasn't sure what it was. Nice place to live, that, I should think. Right on the beach like that. I thought it was Muddyford at first. Muddyford Quay. Some of the houses there are a bit have that sort of look about them. Once you get that rigger into blue, there's sort of a greeny look. Oh, I remember. Right. Shadow, shadow, shadow. I'm just playing with locking in shadows. Come on, Pauline. You can do it.
Yeah, it's a nuisance, isn't it?
Well, it might. No, because she was having trouble leaving. So I just clicked the button there on the right hand side next to the thing said remove. But it wasn't meant to be permanent. It was just for that. I was trying to help her out because it was like a computer was locked. Hang on. She's got me another message. We'll go to the ball, Cinderella. Oh. Never mind. Well, Pauline's got an early lunch.
Just given up.
It's still coming up with the same message, even though I've amended the settings. Maybe it's because the meeting's in progress. Well, it is, isn't it? Yes. Sorry, Pauline, when you listen to this video. Oh dear. But anyway, all I'm doing now is with a little bit of dirty grey sort of colour from last week. Just trying to look at the pencil lines and just whack in a few shadowy tones. Maybe I'm trying too hard here. I'm painting with gay abandon. I haven't been right since watching Eurovision last weekend. It's great, isn't it? I love it. I didn't
see any of it. I heard that we were camping, obviously down in Gordon, and we had a live music evening. So as soon as he finished at about 10:30ish, we quickly put the big screen TV on in the hall. But all the acts had finished, and we were just going to start the voting. But we didn't do very well, did we?
Yeah, I think that's a bit of a doodah. I don't quite know. It was a good song, well sung.
Yeah, but she didn't sound very clear. It wasn't loud enough, was it?
Her vocals.
Yeah, I didn't
was
think
thinking
it was,
that
I didn't
nearly
think it
all
was
of them.
very good. Yeah.
I still haven't heard it or seen it. So I don't know.
Well, that's
But,
not much point now.
no, exactly. But yeah, I've been reading.
It has had a lot of downloads online.
Is it?
Which is a sort of 8 million. So the chances are commercially it's a hit.
I think she had a bit of a bad throat, didn't she, in the week? So perhaps her vocals weren't as strong.
It wasn't just her. There was times there I thought, maybe I've had a stroke. People are talking and I can't understand a bloody word they're saying.
Oh, dear.
They're singing and I'm thinking, singing in English, but I can't understand what you're saying.
I know.
It's all mumble jumbo. It's garbled. There's no, I kept thinking, a couple of times I was thinking to myself, well, when I was younger, so much younger than today, I thought I could hear the Beatles singing and I could hear the words and sing them. I could understand, but this, I was thinking, I can't. I know that maybe then you start questioning and thinking, well, the lady's singing in, she's from Ukraine or something, so she isn't going to be speaking perfect English. No, then somebody else comes on and you think, nah, this ain't right. There's something going on here. It's muffled. Yeah, I meant to mention it before. ba, 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 ba. But I still enjoyed it. It's a good laugh, isn't it? If you take it, as long as you don't take it too serious.
No, it's usually gets very political, doesn't it, with the voting?
I don't know about that.
No,
I mean, there are. I don't know if it is political. I used to think that, but I'm thinking, well, it's a cultural thing. A lot of it, isn't it? I mean, who was it? Denmark are going to vote give Sweden and Finland a quality mark. Well, that's because they live next door to each other, and culturally they're linked, aren't they? They listen to the similar stuff. But then you get things like Albania and things like that, and we're not used to that type of music. You think, what the heck is that? Some Wailing woman.
I don't think they've forgiven us for leaving for Brexit. What on earth is Australia doing in it? I can't get my head around that.
They've been in it a long time.
I know, but it's not Europe, is it? It's supposed to be Eurovision. Euro.
Well,
We shouldn't be in it then, should we? We shouldn't be in it then, should we?
Well, we're still in Europe. We're still European.
Well, are we? I don't know.
Start me on that one. I think that about when it's Israel. I think, well, is that Europe? I suppose it. I don't know. Turkey is, I suppose it is, isn't it? It borders the Mediterranean. Yeah, think about it.
Australia is a totally different continent, isn't it? I mean, countries.
Ain't down the road, is it? Dear. Yeah, I get. They're really proud to be in it, though. I've got a few Australian buddies on Facebook and that, and they're like over the moon. Think we got in the top 10. Like, they're so proud of it.
Tiny kangaroo down.
Yeah. I was watching the new series on BBC, 10 Pound Poms or whatever it was.
Oh yeah, I watched that. Yeah.
I started to watch. I was thinking, I don't know if I want to watch this. They're being horrible to people, and then they ran over what there was, the little Aborigine and that, and I'm thinking, oh no, this is awful. I don't need reminding of all the garbage that went on back then. It was a bit eye-opening. They sort of asked them to go there, and then when they get there, they treat them really badly. The Australians weren't too keen on them. They treated them badly. What was that bloke said? Over here, you're the same as black people are over where you come from.
Oh yeah. We haven't been very nice to people, have we, in the past?
No. Got to find this. Get back to this picture. I'm just dropping in bits of dirty water, as you could probably tell. Say dirty water, it's a bit of shadow colour in the palette from last week. Anybody on YouTube's watching and they're thinking, yeah, but tell me where you get the shadow colour from. Well, believe it or not, There's a tube of it here, and it's called shadow. But more often than not, we mix it up ourselves using a bit of cobalt blue and burnt sienna. Right. And if you want to go doodah, you can add a little bit of red to it to make it a warmer colour, and add a little bit of dark burnt umber to make it a darker colour. So there you go. That's where it came from. So I'm just, while the paper's wet, I'm just dropping bits of it in, trying to form some shape, which is always the artistic issue. What we should be doing invariably is looking at shape and form, isn't it? Well, I won't answer that. What's going on here this morning? Now my son's ringing me, and he's only downstairs.
Oh dear.
No.
You better answer him in case it's important.
Oh, back.
I'm back.
Okay.
They locked themselves out.
Silly Billies.
That's what I said. Did you open the front door? We've locked ourselves out. And the dog sat down in the hallway thinking, what's going on? He just looked at me and says, oh, whoa.
Well, I thought it must have been important for them to be ringing you, knowing you'd be online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just put a bit of green in my yellowy colour, just to add a bit of mould. Oh, my breath now running down the stairs like that. Blue down I did. Oh, the more you look at it, when you come to do yours, you'll get it as well. The more you start painting, the more colours you see, different colours that turn up. I think that's why I chose it. I thought it could be an interesting thing. And this paper is that stuff that I love. Two Rivers, mate. Awful. Maybe it's because it's old. It's an old batch. Not sure. Bit of finger art, digital art. See, paper's not stretched. Where it's got wet, it's gone all limp and all limp biscuit now. Oh, I quite like it though. The painting, that is, not the paper. I hate the paper. I think it's got no sizing left on it, or it's just disappeared. It's the only saving grace is that it's quite a rough finish, so without putting any water on the brush, you get that opportunity to just put damp paint on and just wiggle it along. And you get that sort of don't know what that is. I think it's some sort of metal grill. But I must admit, it's almost like doesn't matter what colour I put on, it seems to work all right. But the shadow's the really important one. You just have to look at your, as you do it, you sort of look at it, trying to put some depth to it. Without going overboard. A rusted hulk, isn't it? So anything is going to work. I still fancy a lot of my paintings anyway. To finish them off once they're bone dry, a little bit of watercolor pencil just to bring out some of the sharper elements. I don't do it very often, but it's in my psyche. Makes up a bit more shadow. What should I say? Cobalt turquoise, burnt sienna, bit of burnt umber if you want to get it really dark. I'm curious to know why they were outside anyway. Unless James went down the road to get himself a. Sometimes they go to the coffee shop, Costa or Hosta or whatever they're flipping called. They just like the coffee, just to get a drive-through coffee. Fair enough. It's just down the road, isn't it? You can see with this paper though that it goes. It's just so absorbent. As I put paint on, it sort of fades. It looks good initially, and then it just sort of fades back into non-entity, really. I want a little bit of bleed, don't I? Just to put on this rudder thing. I think you'll enjoy this one. It's a lot of possibly fun with colour, you know. There's no like this has to be this has to be that. As you get going, you think, oh yeah, right. Can't go out there at the moment because it's still soaking wet. What I did do yesterday is I had the image on the computer and I zoomed in. Big mistake. Because there's so much detail. You could spend weeks diddling away on this. So I ain't prepared to do. Never. I would never do. Not unless there's a fee involved. think it was it last week or the week? Might have been the week before. It was trying to achieve, go fast to get that sort of spontaneous feel to it. Might have been the figure on the bench. I remember mentioning it, saying, paint it fast and see what that forces you to. Make decisions, right or wrong, and you will see it in a different way, and it will, trust me, it will work. That dog sounds like he's got a sore throat. Been barking for 3 days.
Oh, I don't know what's wrong with
I just mixed up some burnt umber and blue just to put some darky bits in. I've used, oops, burnt umber, not burnt sienna. Dab of blue, that will give me a nice dark browny colour. Such good fun. Well, I don't know. I could say it's good fun, but it's fascinating the way the colours develop. When they mingle in together. Trouble is, the more you do, the more you see, the more you tinker away. But and it's a bit like watching skies, because as it dries, different bits sort of turn up. I think, oh, that looks different. That looks nice. I need to put this on there. I need to do that. But, and that light greeny colour I had earlier, that started to, that was, I don't think you want that colour green. Bit of yellow. All sienna. Yeah. It's all sort of an off green, not a full on in your face green. But as I was saying, as it dries, it suddenly, you think it needs more of it on. But there's a lot of scope for really mucking about. Get that big brush again, take the edge off of it, with tissue. Now I've got that green, should be able to introduce a bit of dry brushing type green. See, especially down there, it's always going to, because the water comes in over the boat, doesn't it? Goes up here and then recedes back, and it leaves a green slimy mess where it meets the boat, just along the bottom of the boat, doesn't it? Because it can't get back into the sea, so it congregates itself there. Oh, blimey. Bit of it out as well. Bit dry brush. Bit of that shadowy colour. Let's take the edge off. Put some fine streaks. Not sure about that. Not quite what I envisaged. The rigor's thicker than I thought it was. There. Couple of lines. Squiggly squash. More darky bits, yeah, we'll spatter those in a minute, I think. You've got plenty of time, you can paint each individual pebble in.
No, thank you.
Like there's, I'm not actually stood up at the moment, so I'm not getting the feel. I quite often do that these days. Sit down and paint it close. And then when you stand back, it's either a plus or a negative moment. Just want a little bit of blue. Pop in the much water. That bit. Like that. Well, I noticed if you push a few darker bits here, then that'll push the background, the buildings back a bit. I don't want them to be strong. Saying that, when I zoomed in, there is a boat, a little moored up there, right in the. You know, I don't think I'm going to get away with that now. Go on. All right, stick a little bit of a yellow. And then get some really dark. And put a wheel on it. Or just a little tilt. There's something there. We don't know what it is, but it's there. And if you've got your computer and zoomed in, you'll see that it's a little boat. There is a spot on it. Well, are we getting? I'm going for an early lunch, so I've deliberately painted it fast. Not
So well,
furious.
it's 11:45. And
Yeah.
we've had lots of interruptions.
It's not a complicated subject, is it? Let's be honest.
No, it's a lot of detail. Isn't
And
it?
I did spend good 10 minutes on the computer with it on my knee, stretched on the board. I do that a lot now. Then I can just add a few, you know, sketch a few extra details in. So, and when you do that, it just makes painting it so much quicker. Not quite. I'm not saying it's paint by numbers, but the paint by marker, because you've put markers all over the place. That make it so much quicker to paint. I like that yellow. I don't know what yellow it is. I think it was Cherry Harrison, golden yellow. If you look at your picture and you think, blah, 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 needs a few warming up bits, especially up there, there's a few bits. As it dries, you just sort of stick a few extra rusty bits in here and there. But you need to make them fairly bright to differentiate. Well, make the viewer say, oh no, there's a rusty old boat. I'm talking watercolor now because it's soaking into the paper. So I put them on at the beginning. I was putting little bits of dabs of yellow. Now I've got it with my brush. Warms the picture up, doesn't it? How much? Would be yours for a small fee. White ball. A few bits here. That's what happens if you scrub it. You get that extra blob of paint that you didn't really want. Right. I'm trying to use the knobbly bits of the paper to give it a little bit of texture in there. It was a bit towards the front. My hand seized up, squeezing the brush so hard. Ding, 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 ding. Clean brush, clean water. Clean water. Got the wrong brush. There's an area there that I wanted to lift some paint out. And if you're trying to lift paint off, okay, in there. Blow it dry, and then you can put a little bit of extra paint back on, maybe. Oops. Green. Oh, we're getting on. Oh, blimey. Oh, wow. Wow. Viva nostrils. Find a small rigger. Bit of clean tissue. I'm going in. There's a there we want there. if you put them. I'll put mine in pencil anyway, so it's only a matter of just going over it. There's a bit of string going down there. Tie the boats up with bits of string, you know. And just about here is the head of the string, rope stuff. Put a bit of that in. Turquoise cobalt. Almost just neat paint, isn't it? Fester. Yeah, all right. Happy Dave? Yeah. Once you get to a certain stage and you've just got to shut your eyes and decide where you want to be with it. Colour wise, you want to put any strong colours in. I'm just thinking with the cobalt, turquoise here and there. And the other saving grace, if you've got any, is a little bit of the lost brush has just turned up. A little bit of white. Just gonna put it here and there. There's one up here, wasn't there? Up there somewhere. There's a hole in the ship where the sky comes through. Just dab a few highlights on. So like I said before, I'm trying to make it look false. By that I mean human. It's man-made, wasn't it? You're I don't get too averse to whacking a bit of white on because it's watercolor, so it just fades back anyway. Initially you think, oh, that's a bit strong. Then you look back in a few minutes time and the colour underneath has started to come through again. I deliberately did it over on the left there with the put it on top of the cobalt, just to prove the point. It's starting to come seep through now, the blue. You know, we're fussing about this painting, you just go wish, wish, wash and splash and that's it, done. Don't get bogged down with it. It's only when you do that you get hassle. Even these, there's a brave for you. even the buildings at the back. Could just do, only just, it's almost water, just dirty water. Put a phase on them, like they're blurred now, aren't they? Sort of out of focus because they're a long way away. Quite pleased with this.
Very nice. I like it.
Well, it's only because I'm deliberately doing it fast to show that you don't have to spend 5 days doing a simple painting. And as you get extra sort of off colour in your palette, you can just sort of introduce it. Where's a bit of tissue? Come here, big bit of tissue. Ooh, biggish. Put that in. Right there, I've got one in there. I've got loads of tissues here. I just sort of pile them up and forget about them. But they're always handy. Keep that one. That's the one I'm using. Personal one. Got a toothbrush. Yeah. Toothbrush and a tissue. Another tissue. Yeah. Got plenty of burnt umber. Bit of blue. Give me a dark. You know, let's practice. Maybe not. Get them on there. If you want some blobby bits, make the brush wet, make the toothbrush wet. And then you'll get thought you would. Get some bigger rocks. As many as I want you. Burnt umber. Blue. Bit there. Get a brush. Any old brush. Yes, I have got some in the sky.
Oh dear.
I didn't really want seagulls. But they're okay, they'll dry off. Well, it's been a good morning now. Apart from poor old Pauline, that's really annoyed me, that. Stupid, wasn't it? Just using the rigger to put some random bigger blobs in. Still need a bit more dark there. We are sailing. Oh, not now. These are well, I think it's an active boat, isn't it? It's just a bit rusty. Needs a paint job. There you go. I'm available. They ring me up. I could pop over and knock a few colours on them. Oops. Hang on. I'm all hooked up. There you go. Well done. So just dab it, clean water and dab it off if it's too white. Looks all right on the screen, so should be all right
Okay.
to go.
Mhm.
That's all right, isn't it?
Yes, very nice.
Very nice.
Like that one. It's a good
Mm.
one.
Like I said, the thing is to do not to get too involved with the supersonic detail. Just whack the paint on and see what happens. It's much more fun painting like that. It's because it's going to dry back slightly different, and you're going to think, needs a bit of this, needs a bit of that. Sky's okay. I think if the more you do it like that, the more confident you get. I like that. Well done, Dave.
Well done, Dave.
And everybody gets an early lunch as well.
And you were right. Early lunch.
Yeah, it's good.
That is annoying for Pauline.
Yes.
Never mind.
Yeah. I hope Joyce feels better soon.
All the leaves are brown, the sky is gray. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. I'll be safe and warm if I was in LA. California dreaming, such a winter's day. Stopped into a church, past the